Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to a brand new series on the channel. Today what I have for you is my League 2 score predictions for match week 1 up against the Rangers Bantams. If you do go on to enjoy today's video, please make sure to drop a like on there for me. If you could try and hit 100 likes on today's video, that would be massively appreciated. Subscribe if you're new as well. We're on the road to 10,000 subscribers, so please make sure you are subscribed if you haven't already with that post notification bell on. It's free to do so and it does massively help out. Get your thoughts in as well down in the comment section down below. Let me know down below what are your score predictions for the opening 12 match week fixtures that are set to be played this weekend, I guess you could say, as there is one technically being played tonight, that being at Chesterfield versus Swindon. So how this series is going to work, obviously there's 46 match weeks, so every single week I'm going to bring you guys my score predictions as well as a different guest. I want to try and get 46 different guests on, but how easy that is to actually come to fruition, I'm not really too sure. But this week, obviously, where else to start other than with Korban, and I've already seen his clips, and goodness me, you're in for a treat with some of Korban's content. Unfortunately though, he's still like an old man and he films it this way rather than this way, so I'm not too sure how I'm going to manage that in the edit. But how it'll basically work is if you get the score absolutely spot on, say I predict Bradford City to win 2-1 at the weekend and we win 2-1, then I'll get 3 points. But say if I predict Bradford City to win 2-1 and we win 1-0, then I get 1 point. Anything else and you get no points for that. We'll add up all my points at the end of the season, and we'll also add up all of the guest points at the end of the season and see who has the better ball knowledge, me or all of the different guests that we do get on the channel. But make sure to drop a like on there for me, subscribe if you're new as well, and let's get into it. Starting out then with the Friday night clash between Chesterfield FC and Swindon Town. Obviously Chesterfield's first game back in the EFL for a number of years. Swindon have recruited well, but I think they're going to get caught cold on this occasion, and I'm backing the Spy Rights for a 2-0 win. Korban, what do you think?
Friday night sees Swindon Town take on Chesterfield. It's going to be an interesting game. Very impressed with Swindon's recruitment and Chesterfield's. I think there's going to be goals in this game because Chesterfield, they conceded 65 goals in the National League last season, which is an awful lot as the title winners. And Swindon, I think they've got a very solid back line. They've improved their attack in terms of Harry Smith coming in. The opening night, I think there's going to be goals. Maybe I'm going with my heart over my head, but I'm going to go with a Desmond 2-2. I
mean, 4 goals on the opening match week of League 2 would obviously be very nice. But in terms of AFC Wimbledon versus Colchester United, I'm going to back the away side here for a 2-0 win. I think with all the signings Colchester have made, I'll be very surprised if they don't manage to pick up the 3 points in this one. Yes, it's away from home, but I am backing them for a 2-0 win. Let's see what Korban thinks.
Somebody call a plumber, because I've got some plugging to do. I don't know if plumbers deal with plugs, but let Sam know in the comments down below. Colchester v Wimbledon. Now I've got these two teams in the playoff spots in my predictions, and these two teams are in there because I think they're going to be very solid, very hard to break down, and very direct teams. So I'm going to go with a boring 0-0 draw.
Barrow AFC versus Crewe at Alexandra. Last season, this would have been a big fixture. This season, I think they'll probably both finish in and around mid-table. I'm going to back the Bluebirds, though, for a 2-1 at home win. Their first game at the SO Legal Stadium without Pete Wild in a long time. But I'm backing the home side for a win in that one. Let's see what Korban thinks.
If this was being filmed back in April, say last season, this game could have been an automatic promotion chasing game and a decider in Barrow v Crewe. Both teams have fallen off since then, losing the best players and Barrow losing the manager in Pete Wild, and both teams fell off at the final hurdle of last season, Barrow missing out on the playoffs and Crewe missing out on winning the playoffs to Doncaster Rovers. So this game now features a team that both sides have lost key players in, so I'm going to go with a 1-1 draw.
Cheltenham Town versus Newport County. Yes, it's only match week 1, but could this already be a relegation at 6-pointer? A lot of people already writing off Newport and thinking Cheltenham will be down and around it as well. I think it won't be the most entertaining of games. I'm going with a 1-1 draw. Let's see what Korban thinks.
Next up in this League 2 season, I'd compare these two teams in Cheltenham and Newport to be like a sloth and a panda fighting. They're both hopeless in this fight, and neither of them are going to do anything in it because the sloth's too slow to react and the panda hasn't got the brain capacity to do anything to the sloth. So I'm going to go with a 0-0 draw because both these teams are going to struggle. and neither of them have anything of note to really talk about.
Doncaster Rovers versus Accrington Stanley is a match that I can only see ending in one way, in all honesty. I'm backing the home side for a very comfortable 4-0 win, and I'm sure out of all the zoo references you've seen so far, you're really going to enjoy this one as well.
We've just had a panda v a sloth, now we've got a bit of a lion v a dog. The dog will bark all it wants, but the lion can rip its face off, and Doncaster, to me, are going to rip Accrington Stanley's face off in this game, and I'm going to go with a 4-0 win for Doncaster. Brutal stuff.
Fleetwood Town versus Grimsby Town, the Cods versus the Mariners. I'm backing the Cods to batter the Mariners in this one. I'm going 2-1 to Fleetwood Town in that one. Let's see what Korban thinks.
Let's stick with the animal analogies then. This time we've got a bit of a mouse. You've got some cheese, you need to kill the mouse. All rats. Now, we don't endorse killing animals on here, but you've got to do what you're going to do. Now, the mouse trap has been set. It's going to eat the cheese. Now that's what Fleetwood are going to do to Grimsby. They're going to set these traps, Grimsby are going to fall into them, they're going to take the cheese, and ultimately Fleetwood will nab it off them after they've been killed. And I think Fleetwood are going to win 3-1 v Grimsby because they're going to catch them playing out from the back.
Before we go any further though with today's video, please make sure to drop a like on there for me. If you could try and hit 100 likes, as I said at the start of today's video, that would massively appreciated. And don't forget as well to subscribe to the channel if you are new. Get your thoughts in down in the comment section down below. How do you think your team will get on match day 1? And let's get on to the rest of today's video. I did tell you, you were definitely in for a treat with some of Korban's comments tonight. He's fully in full swing of prime Rainham's bantams today. But Gillingham FC versus Carlisle United, I'm going to back the Gills for a scrappy 1-0 home win. I don't think, again, it'll be a very entertaining match, but Carlisle I think are going to start slow. Gillingham I don't think will score many goals this season, but at home I do see them picking up quite a few at 1-0 wins, so I'm going to back the Gills for the victory in that one, and let's see what Korban thinks.
Gillingham v Carlisle. Carlisle are a bit like a chihuahua, you know, the barking, the yapping, you know, they just say, you know, we're going to be in the top 3. I don't think you are. You're going to be mid-table. Whereas Gillingham, they're going about the business quite quietly. They're a bit like a beaver. They're just putting the wood in place and then they're going to build a bridge the next day. And they're building bridges. They're going to end up getting in the top 3, I think. And I think they're going to get a win on Saturday against Carlisle. A 1-0. It's going to be a tight affair. They've got a great defence as Gillingham, and I think that's what will get them over the line.
Harrogate Town versus Bromley FC, two of the smaller clubs in this division, but I think it's going to be quite an entertaining game. I'm going with a Desmond 2-2 draw. Let's see if Korban agrees.
Are you ready to be electrocuted? Because I'm going to shock you now. Harrogate Town 0, Bromley Town 3. I think they're a town, but they're going to surprise people this season, and I think that it's going to be one of those shock results on the opening weekend where it's like, wow, 3-0. And it's Bromley Town on Saturday against Harrogate. Watch out. It's going to happen.
MK Dons versus Bradford City, the big one. How do I think we're going to fare on the opening day against the League 2 title favourites? I think we're going to lose, unfortunately. I'm backing the home side at 4-3-1 win. I'm hoping for a little bit of reverse psychology, but let's see if Korban thinks any different.
Here you go. It's Bradford City v MK Dons. It's the big one, maybe the one you were waiting for, and it's going to be a surprise. I think Bradford City are going to win this. No, I ain't got a Bradford City scarf on, but I will have on Saturday. We're going to set the traps. I've spoke about mice too often on this video already, but we're going to set the traps. MK Dons aren't going to know what's going to hit them. They're going to be like a deer in the headlights. Another animal reference. Call the RSPCA. No, I like animals, but no, I think we're going to do it. I think we're going to be organised, and I think MK Dons will fall for the traps, and they'll end up 70% possession, passing it sideways backwards. It's going to be an Alexander masterclass against his former club.
Now, you're probably wondering, Sam Korban didn't actually give a score prediction there, and you would be correct. He's somehow forgot that, but he did tell me when I messaged him afterwards saying, you know, what's your score prediction for the game, because you've waffled on there for 45 seconds and not actually given a score prediction. He said Bradford are going to win at 1-0, and I'm sure he'll hopefully vouch for that in the comment section down below. But unfortunately, it's not the last time that he forgot to give a score prediction. Salford City versus Port Vale. I'm actually backing the home side here for a 1-0 win. I think Darren Moorside are going to struggle at a tight, small ground, small pitch, and all that sort of stuff. I think it'll take them a few games to really get up to speed. Carl Robinson, I think he's a solid manager. He's going to know what his team needs to get the 3 points in this one, and let's see if Korban agrees.
Salford v Port Vale. I think Salford are going to be a very tough team to beat at home this season, surprisingly. I think they're going to make it a fortress. No, I'm not joking. It's Gary Neville v Phil Taylor. In terms of the celebrity bragging rights, and yes, Phil Taylor is more famous for supporting Port Vale than Robbie Williams. I've said it. But yeah, I think Salford will get over the line in this one. I think they'll frustrate Port Vale. I think they'll be a really aggressive, gritty team under Carl Robinson, and I think that will get them over the line in games like this one.
Now again, Korban did forget to give a score prediction there, but again, he did actually say afterwards that it would be 1-0 to Salford City, so it's one that we've actually agreed on here. There's not been many so far that we do agree on. I think they've both been 1-0 so far, but interesting that we're both actually backing Port Vale to lose on the opening day against Salford City. Tranmere Rovers versus Notts County. For me personally, I'm actually going to back Nigel Adkins' side for a 2-1 home win. Their home form under Adkins last season was brilliant, and I think Notts County's away form wasn't particularly great under Maynard, and I'm actually going to back Tranmere for the 2-1 win in this one. You factor in that Notts County have signed a lot of players this summer, especially in the defence. I think they could get caught cold away from home quite early on. Let's see if Korban agrees.
I think Stuart Maynard will penetrate Nigel Adkins' low block in this one, and I think Notts County's creative players will flourish against Tranmere Rovers and win comfortably in a 3-0 victory.
And the final game to predict this week then is Walsall FC versus Morecambe FC, and I'm backing the Shrimps for a 2-0 win. I'm really not impressed with Walsall's attack going into this game. They definitely need to get a couple strikers in. I think it's going to be a Derek Adams masterclass. Morecambe are going to start out fast this season, and that is certainly what they need to do, especially if there's any potential points deductions that are to come later on down the line. But for the final time in today's video, let's go see what Korban thinks.
This time last year we were talking about Morecambe being in ownership trouble, and we are still here again this time next season, and it will continue to be the same unless the ownership problems go away and they get new owners in, and hopefully they do. But this time last season they were preparing to take on Walsall in the league, in which they won 2-1. They had a great fast start under Derek Adams. I think they'll do the same again under even trickier situations. They won 2-1, so I'm going to go with another 2-1. That's my logic.
But anyway, I'm going to leave it there then for today's video. If you have enjoyed, please make sure to drop a like on there for me. If you could try and hit 100 likes. As I said at the start of today's video, that I've massively appreciated. Subscribe if you're new as well. We're on the road to 10,000 subscribers, so please make sure you are subscribed if you haven't already with that post notification bell on. It's free to do so, and it does massively help out. Get your thoughts in as well down in the comment section down below. Let me know down below, what are your score predictions for the opening game week? How do you think your team will get on? Go subscribe to Korban's channel as well. The link as always will be down in the comment section down below. Thank you all very much for watching today's video. Have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you very soon for another one. Peace.